Good morning, guys. I cannot go live again, but we're not going to let that stop us. This is a premiere. So if you're watching this video, the way I am uploading these is I schedule them as a premiere so I can chitty chat with you guys in the beginning of this. And it's actually kind of cool because I don't get distracted by comments, but then I can also still be here for comments. So kind of cool. But the only problem is I was actually going to show you, so I think I'll just film this for maybe tomorrow, how I'm scanning all of my photos, but I'm using my phone. I'm using an app called PhotoMyne, PhotoMyne, PhotoMyne. I think it's spelled that way. But so I've been using this app for a long time, not sponsored at all. Literally paid for it last year for my dad's memorial to scan all the photos. But then I paid for the whole year. So I was like, you know what I want to do before that expires is I want to get all my photos scanned and then not have to pay for another year. But if I can't get this done today, I'm going to have it for another year, which I'm not mad about. I just am like, should I get them done? But I just noticed they added a, what are these called? Slides. What are these called? Okay, but look, I literally have these. What are these called? Negatives. So they added a negative option to it, so you can scan negatives and it'll expose them for you, so you can get your negatives. So say like maybe I just want to hold on to these and just get rid of the photos. I'm probably gonna just hold on to these. One, because these are super cool to have, because when on earth is anyone ever gonna have film again? I don't know, but I do have a whole bag of negatives that I pulled out. So I just thought I would walk you through my first project, which is digitize all the photos and documents. They also added documents, which I thought was cool too, because I have a bunch of art, which I've already scanned my girls' art and turned it into a book when they started like stopping bringing home art from things because it wasn't like getting any bigger. So, and then I had an assistant one year and I was like, I don't have anything for you to do today, but you know what you can help me do? Scan a bunch of photos of their art. So we did that. I actually did a video on it. So that was a while ago. Best choice I ever made. And their little art books are so cute. I'll bring them sometime to show you. But like, okay, so I have some more random things I found from my childhood that I was like, oh, I just scanned that and burn it or throw it away. I don't know. I feel bad. But like I said, I found the coolest stuff that my dad had. He had, not only did he have like, so he had a scholarship. Did I say this yesterday? A scholarship. My grandmother got a full ride scholarship to Stanford. I always knew this. I knew this was a fact, but he actually had the letter she received. It was for $120. And it said to cover all 9 months of your semester. What? Okay, first of all, $120 back then was like probably as much as it is to go now, you know, inflation. But I was just like, $120, this is so cool to have. So I'm gonna scan all those documents just in case something were to ever happen to them. But I'm actually gonna try to like scrapbook with those and keep some of that stuff because I think it's really, really cool. But I also don't want to like inundate future generations with a bunch of garbage from this days and age, you know. But there were some things that I found that I was like, these would be really cool. Whatever these are, like even just if it's just one box, you know, like I don't have to keep them all, but just so that they have some hands-on, like I don't know. I went into an antique store yesterday and I was like, what? There was a Tickle Me Elmo, like hello. So you never know what's gonna like stay cool to have. Anyways, so I thought I would so I just got done scanning my niece's box, and so basically I'm organizing all the photos and then I put them into their boxes. I got all these boxes at Michael's. They were like $1.50 each, and I probably need to go grab some more because I do have some cute ones that I think other people would like that are like, okay, so I have a bunch of stuff for my cousins who live out of state, and I was like, I don't have a box for them because I don't have a ton of photos, but I was thinking like just to get them a box either way, and I can throw extra stuff in that I find and then ship it. But these are so cute. Let me show you one that I did for a year of Disney. So this one has the picture of Bri holding the balloons, and I just printed an 8.5 by 11, glued it on, and then I put vinyl. It says a year of Disney on top of it, and those, oh, these are little vinyl stars. And then I just cut some paper. This has actually been lying around forever, and my goal is to print all of our Disney photos that we've ever gone and put it in here, especially from the year, a year of Disney. We had an annual pass for 1 year, and we went like 8 times. So I want to get all her photos into this, but I like these boxes because they can fit into like a bookshelf sideways and not take up like a ton of space. So like I could slide this into that bookshelf, and then you could pull it out and look at photos. And the reason I'm getting rid of all my big photos is because I love printing out my photos in collage sheets. And I think I have a video on that too. So I will make a video I'll add to the Craft Your Stash Christmas in July playlist to the digital stuff, because it's going to be a big part of our gift giving stuff. So let me make sure I add all that. So check this playlist out. I'm sending the link of this playlist out in my newsletter too. So if you're like, where's that playlist? It will also be under my playlists on my YouTube channel. So they come in boxes of like 4x6, 5x7, 8x10. So that way, like if you do have just a bunch of 4x6s for someone, you could just give them a box like this. And also my thing is my nieces and nephews probably have not seen a lot of these photos because they're from when they were kids. So I know they're going to want the physical ones. But if I end up having like thousands, I'm also going to throw a jump drive in here, because I don't want them to feel like they have to hold on to their photos either. But if this is all they're getting from me, it's not that big of a deal. If I was bringing them a humongous box of stuff, that would be a different story. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to keep it to a minimum so that they're not overwhelmed and like, what am I supposed to do with this huge box of stuff? I'm going to keep my dad's photos. So I showed you guys this yesterday, and I was like, this is not all of his photos. This is just his historical photos. So like all of his school photos and graduation photos and things like that. And I actually have like extra copies. So I'm going to be doing some actual projects with the physical ones, but I'm going to scan all of them so that way everyone has a copy in digital form if they want them. And I'm just dying over his baby pictures. I don't know if you can see this, but I have a new nephew and he looks just like him. It's so cute. But okay, so that's just photos of him only. But in their boxes, if I found a photo of him and them and him, I put that in their box. So that's not all of his photos. So anyways, but the one thing I am loving about this app is it detects their faces and it'll help you put them into albums too. So I could create the album after I scan all of these and then organize it in the digital realm. But because I am on digital so much, I would rather do it physically first. Okay. So if you're not doing this, that's okay, but you will be inspired, hopefully, for the rest of the year. I'm going to be pulling out all this prep that we've done during Craft Your Stash to create some things. I'm making sublimation projects, which sublimation photo projects are going to be huge for me, at least this year. And they're huge in the DIY world, and they're huge in your own gifting world. So I highly recommend start with this step. One, because photos something can happen to them. So you should digitize them regardless. Then we're going to back them up, whether on an external hard drive or a Google Drive or iCloud, but I highly suggest getting some form of good storage so that you can put everything on there, and then you can organize it so that when you are going to make your gifts, make your projects, throw something together last minute, but it's not last minute because you're spending weeks doing this part, you're ready to go for those wow factor gifts. So with the box, I just thought I would wrap this up with a bow with you guys. So you can take these boxes, you can print a photo or take one of the photos that maybe was too big to go in the box or something, and you can create like a scrapbook cover, or you can just go as simple as like putting some ribbon on it and gifting it that way. So get all that ribbon out. We're crafting up our stash. So you got extra scraps of ribbon, find it. This is your time to take all your cute ribbons and all your cute tags, gift tags, and your chalk pens and all the fun things, and make up some cute boxes. And so I'm actually going to probably use something in this room to kind of just put all my boxes in. And then if I find more photos until Christmas time, I'm just going to add into there. And that was not the proper way to tie a bow, but you get what I'm saying. If you were to tie, oh, it's not that bad though, because that ribbon's so cute. So then you've got a cute little gift box, but then they get to keep the box, scrapbook the box. I did one for my niece, Anna. Where is hers? Because she had an annual pass with us too. And so I just printed out our photo, put it on there, and focus. And then just did the paper on the side. So it could be super simple, super simple, or you can go crazy and get super fun. And I love that they're boxes because you can also put like a little bag of pixie dust or like other cute little trinkets inside if the photos aren't like bursting at the seams like some of my boxes are. All right, so I hope that helps. Get started on those. I'm still working out my live stream kicks. Is that how you put it? But I will hopefully be live. If not, you guys are going to get some fancy edited videos, maybe. I'm going to be forced to do it. All right, love you guys. Bye.